and welcome back to Living Taldori. I'm still trying to recap what happened last week and remember exactly how we got ducks loose in a tavern. Much waffling was had by all the Waffle House, where their new members went to an audience with the Council of Taldori and were thanked for their help in closing Thordax Crater and stopping the evil schemes of a certain Dyson brand. They were pumped for information but could give very little. They were rewarded. Womble asked for their stuff back. And they found out that some of the magical items that had been on their erstwhile colleague Fabius had been donated to the elves of Singorn and their embassy, as the Arianwin armor was a artifact that they'd been searching for many a year. To Bazir, who gave them his shield, donated by Claire after they saved her daughter Audrey from the what was her name? Not the class, the other one.
Myriad.
The Myriad. Thank you. At least you're paying attention at last. And Bazir finally said farewell to the Waffle House, and Womble was sad. Back in the Via Croc, stories were told, and Gladys tried to become friendly with a certain half-orc fighter. Her schemes were undone by the combined might of the Waffle House. Unfortunately, Brick was converted, turned into a duck several times. And hence rumours were started and the place was cleared. And Brick was left alone, nursing a bit of a headache, which he feels was probably alcohol-induced, but maybe not. They had a night's sleep, which was disturbed a little for Dak, who's getting recurrent nightmares. And then the day dawned, and you all went your separate ways. You meet back at the Via Croc 2 weeks hence. It is in the evening. You are sitting down by a table, on the table by the fire. Used to be the table that the Rolling Stones used, but they have not been seen since the disaster at Thordax Crater. Marshall has given you ale. One of the serving girls has given you a meat platter and fish stew, and tucking into your evening meal, you discuss amongst yourselves what you have done over the last 2 weeks. ... I can sit back and drink my beer. Cheers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you guys got up to over those couple of weeks, but I had a fantastic time. I, hung around outside the city, helped some farmers, kind of. Actually, to be fair, I think I just pissed them off. So I'd like 200 gold lighter, and they get their fields fertilized. So they got a cracking deal, to be fair. So yeah, I kind of screwed my week up, my 2 weeks up. Someone else talk so I can stop talking about my...
Dak, no, keep talking. What did you do?
Well, see, I kind of blame Lily, to be honest. She gave me the idea to go and help the farmers, like, around where, the smaller scar outside the city that we closed all them weeks ago. Yeah, well, there's some farmland not too far from there, and to be fair, it didn't even look like farmland. It just looked like fields of mud. And I thought, I'd go there, do as Lily said, try and restore the land a little bit. And turns out I didn't really understand how that spell worked too well. And I just made, like, a lot of weeds grow. like a lot.
No.
To the point where, I need to burn the evidence a lot. So I did that. And as you can imagine, the farmer was not too happy about that, considering I said I was going to help him.
Well, it's probably taken him 2 generations to de-weed it.
Well, no,
You just touched on it.
this is where the fire fixed it, because I just set fire to a lot of it. And I was just like, clean slate, start again. So it cost me 200 gold for him to stop looking at me angrily. And then I decided to concentrate a little bit more this time. And I think I've actually fertilized their ground properly now. So, you know, they should have a crack. Well, you know, it's all a bit, you know, with all this sort of thing.
Yeah,
but,
magic's a bit wish-washy sometimes,
Yeah.
isn't it, you know?
So, like,
Yeah.
I feel pretty good that in like 6 months' time, when like the crops properly come up, they're going to be great. But at the moment, it just looks like a scorched mud field at the moment, which is not great. But
Yeah, funny that because I went and helped a farmer who had issues, shall we say, with his
All right.
farm. Might be worth going to check on him again soon because this is sounding a bit familiar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. What did
And
he hire you? What did he hire you to do?
Protection.
Oh. I knew I made a bad impression. I wasn't expecting it to be that bad.
No, mine was protection, you know, for his soul for a
What?
week. Yeah. From his
Okay.
farm, and there's apparently someone trying to, you know, buy his soul for 200 gold pieces.
My bad. Sorry about that. Where does Lily fall into all of this?
Well,
Zach?
it was Lily that gave me the idea to go and see if we could like restore the farmlands, and apparently I need a chaperone, and I can't be left to my own devices.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a good idea.
Oh no, it was. I just really screwed it up.
It's my responsibility. I'm very sorry about this.
No, not it's. I apparently am not a responsible adult.
The gods help us all.
So yes, how was everyone else's week? A couple of weeks.
You didn't mention the pig.
No, I intentionally didn't because I almost killed the bloody thing by scaring it to death. All right. So, like, in amongst all of this, like trying to fertilize the field badly thing, this pig, right? These farmers had this pig, and it had a bad attitude, like even for a pig. And eventually, it seemed to have taken a liking to me after I just like scolded it by looking at it horribly. I don't know, pigs are weird. Anyway, when I was all done and I tried to leave, the damn thing kept following me. And I tried to like shoo it back into its pen because it's like, you're not my pig, stay here. The last thing I think I need is the farmers thinking I've stolen it. Anyway, it wouldn't stop following me, so I thought, I know. I turned into a direwolf. And I was thinking it would just be like, oh no, bollocks to this, I'm off. And it didn't. It almost had a heart attack and died.
You're not my pig.
Yeah, so I just did one as quickly as I could towards the city, and I think I got away with it, but apparently not.
That's what that pig was
Wow.
worried about then.
Yeah, I actually feel really bad for the pig, to be honest. I mean, that's going to be some really funky tasting bacon when that gets around to to finally being slaughtered, because that thing has had a harrowing experience. But I tried.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is an interesting time, Dak. Sounds like you've. Do we need to avoid certain areas of Amon now? By any chance?
I'm just not going to try and help people anymore.
No,
okay.
you should do that. Just because it didn't work out this time.
All right, maybe if I have a chaperone next time, I'll help someone then.
I can chaperone you up there if you want.
I meant more like in like the, like, don't do that. That's stupid sense.
I think that sounds quite good, Jordan. I think we should chaperone him up there, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds quite good to me.
Go check on his farmer, make sure the ground's not too badly scorched, you know.
Yeah. Make sure the pig's all right. Maybe we should bring a welcoming basket, or like a I'm sorry for like ruining your livelihood basket.
Sorry,
Yeah, then we can stop
like
up on the other farm and check out the one that I gave protection to. 'Cause I'm,
Like-
you know, they're probably in the same area.
I wonder if I can get like a plaque somewhere that says "Sorry, I tried." Anyway,
Really?
so yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, enough about my horrific couple of weeks. What did everyone else get up to?
I lost a bit of gold gambling for a week, so I'm down 50 gold from that, which is unfortunate. But I don't really play many games, so it's to be expected. But I was just a bit bored. First time I've had that amount of money for quite a while. And then I spent, obviously, the first few days I spent resting, just because I was still feeling a bit crap, and I was listening out for any rumours around Dyson Brant, which I've not been told if I was successful, but I think maybe I got something.
You got very little.
Oh,
All you heard about was that he had turned rogue, and he
Right.
was somebody not to be trusted anymore.
How did you find gambling, by the way? Because I was really bad at that when I tried it.
I did all right in some bits. So like games of deception was okay. I was pretty right with lying in terms of that. But in terms of people sort of knew that I was relatively new to playing some of the local games, so got rinsed pretty easily.
Well,
Maybe in the future, but if it's all going to go as bad as that, maybe not.
yeah, it sounds very similar to my experience with gambling, to the point where I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to give my money to people instead. Just cut out the middleman. It just seems easier.
That's sensible.
That's about it for me, my side.
Cool.
I spent the better part of those 2 weeks over at the Torches Academy in the archives.
Ooh.
Again, just I don't understand these wizard folk. They just spend their whole lives just writing things down, trying things out, and it takes them forever to learn new things. And it's like, just do it already. It's not difficult.
Oh, like less talking, more doing sort of attitude.
Exactly.
Ah.
You know, and I'll kind of, have two little fireballs ready in each hand. Like this,
Ah.
you know, like, oh, yeah, like, this is not difficult, is it? You know?
So I guess you were
cast,
like,
so you cast prestidigitation. You have fire burning on the end of one of your both hands now. Yeah.
Yep.
Flames on both hands.
Mm-hmm.
So palms facing upwards. You can see flames reflecting in Womble's eyes.
So I guess from their
This
point of view, then,
concerns me.
I guess from their point of view, then you were like a breath of fresh fire. Then
No. No. I think they just gave me a scroll and shooed me away. They
Oh.
don't want me anywhere near their archives.
no, I'd imagine all that stuff's quite flammable.
Yeah, and it's quite ordered. It's
Brick, could you make an intelligence roll for me, please?
Oh dear. Okay. 10.
Okay, you're a bit concerned about these two flames in Womble's hands and talking about fireball, because you've seen what damage these new colleagues of you can do to people.
Yeah.
And you have a flagon of ale in your hand, and you're just about to throw it over Womble to put out the flame when you think better of it.
Can I just look at Brick, just like, what are you doing there, buddy?
It's just like psyching you out, mate. I'm just psyching you out a little bit.
So you go to throw this tankard of ale on him, and you stop it just at the last minute, and some of it spills out, and you bring it back. Sort of you try and drink a little bit, sort of pretending this is what you're going to do all along.
Do you
Cool.
need assistance there? But yeah, so no, what I did learn though, I learned how to do this, and I will
brace.
mentally brace everyone. No, fireball. And I will mentally command my familiar to enter the pub, or try to enter the pub anyway.
Okay. So do you want to describe what comes in?
Yeah, so it's almost a fiendish looking kind of avian animal. It really likes ponds. It quite likes I was going to say blood, but bread. Quite familiar to everyone as well. You know, and you'll see this innocent looking fiendish mallard duck waddle into Livia Croc. Just
And it waddles in. The door is opened as somebody goes to leave, and as they leave, this duck waddles in. Now, this is a mallard rather than a runner duck as you had last time, so people look at it slightly askance as it walks in. And there's a few people get up and think, oh, we're ducks. But it looks different. And they're starting to get used to your bizarre behaviour. And this duck waddles in and waddles over to you, Womble, and jumps onto your lap and promptly poops.
Perfectly at home. And I will hold him up, very much like Simba from The Lion King. Go, everybody welcome Sir Fetch the Second. Or you can name him Junior.
Whey!
Yes, he is a good companion.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I should have foreseen this.
That's right. We had ducks last episode. The ducks have been a running theme. There is one slight problem though, is that when learning about this spell, which is called Find Familiar, you can make your familiar change to different animals and whatnot.
Oh.
I can't.
Oh.
He just wants to be a duck. That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he is a duck. It's a pretty useful duck.
He is definitely a duck.
Yeah.
And the duck flaps its wings and jumps out of your hands and lands on the table. And it starts to eat Jordan's food that's on his platter.
It's a
Give it a pat on top of the head.
It's a very brazen duck.
And
Just
he
going
looks
to move the plate round slightly so the duck can eat the peas on the side.
Yeah.
up. And Brick, how do you feel about seeing a duck?
Slightly uncomfortable, I guess, at the way. People would like look at me like, am I looking at it fascinated or looking at it slightly concerned? But who knows?
A
Quack,
womble,
quack.
is this a male or is this a male? This is a male mallard, yes?
Yeah, it's a mallard. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so he's another male duck there.
Just having a bit of a Vietnam flashback moment.
And you suddenly remember that druid who killed Arsenic, your first colleague, also killed you in duck form.
Wait, killed me in duck form?
You did. You fell out of duck. He cast a spell at you. You turned into a block of ice, fell onto the ground.
Oh God, I did, didn't I? I was preserved like some sort of frozen chicken.
You were like the thing at the bottom of the freezer, which has been there for
Oh.
6 years.
Yeah, just a slight shiver looking at this duck. Like, remember how cold it was? I don't particularly like the cold.
So the duck carries on eating and then jumps off the table and is scrabbling around the floor. Marshall goes, "Look after your beasts, would you? Otherwise,
Yep.
it's going on the menu."
Oh, good luck with that. You might be going on his menu.
Well,
I'll
what is
mentally
it?
tell the duck to stare at him menacingly.
Okay, could you make an intimidation roll for the duck, please?
Yeah, I don't have duck stats.
It's -3 on your roll.
It's 0.
So he basically, the duck looks at Marshall and cocks his head and just goes, "Wah." And Marshall
right.
just throws a tea towel over it. It lands on him, and the duck just runs around now with his tea towel on its head, sort of blindly
Ghost
running
duck.
into tables and chairs and things.
While the duck's crashing into things, what specifically makes it a fiendish duck? Mallard.
It just seems to kind of what came out with it, really.
Yeah, just look at the pure malice in its eyes.
Oh, I see. So it's more of a fiendish attitude.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Do I sense any evil intention coming from this avian?
Do you have any animal type skills?
Animal? No, I don't.
Okay, well, make a insight roll with disadvantage.
Insight with disadvantage. Okay.
Can I help there because I do have some animal handling?
Not probably for an insight roll, you can't know. I
Okay.
mean, you could do it yourself if you wish.
14.
14.
I'd say it's good enough.
It looks like a duck, and it's acting a little bit like a duck in a strange environment.
It just looks like a duck to me.
With a towel over its head, running around.
Just a
All
running.
right, All right. Come on, Junior. Over here.
Well, if it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck.
So the duck comes over to
I
your
wouldn't
voice
always trust that phrase.
and jumps up onto your shoulder. Seems to know unerringly where you are. And the and now the towel slips off, and now basically it looks a little bit like a duck wearing a robe with a towel around its head, and it's framing its face and hanging down by its side.
The regal duck.
Okay.
At one point, we'll just pet it and kind of pick food off people's plates and feed Junior.
Your food is being consumed. Okay, so you've told each other what you've done. Are you happy with that? Or do you want to keep waffling for the next couple of hours?
Well, I don't think Lily's told us
Don't
what she was
tempt
up
me.
to.
Lily?
Yeah.
Me? Oh, nothing exciting. I just went to the upper slums and I've been helping the people there recover their houses. Many of them burnt down when the volcano was about to erupt. Was it volcano? Whatever the dragon brought. Oh, and I went shopping, of course.
Of course.
I've got some urgent supplies, which may come in useful.
Sounds like you might have had the most productive couple of weeks out of all of us.
Oh, yes, but it's not quite as exciting as yours, I'm afraid. Maybe I should come with you next time.
I think that's a very good idea.
So you spend a pleasant evening discussing what you've had. And unless you want to do anything tonight, you take to your rooms. And you have a night's sleep undisturbed. Except, Dak, would you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Indeed. Oh, no, saving throw I need. Whoops.
Yep.
24.
Blast of hot air hits you. You're looking over a plain with a molten lava river in the centre, gradually going from east to west. In the distance, there are 3 mountains spewing smoke into the sky. And there is a hill a mile away. It starts to rise. You duck down behind a mound at an escarpment, and you take to the ground. In front of you, there's a small river of magma with a bridge over it. And the other side of that, you see a fiendish figure with your face on. You know you have to cross the bridge. You start to cross the bridge and then you wake up. The cold sweat, you smell brimstone in your nose, and you go back to sleep for a troubled night's sleep, but it is enough to refresh you.
Okay.
The following morning, you awake. And you go down to the down to the tavern and break your fast. And you have the standard fare. Was Sir Fetched with you all night, Womble?
Of course.
Okay, so as those of you in the room with Sir Fetched, you were annoyed by this duck making quacking noises. But you managed to sort of settle it down. After half the night, it sort of went quiet and slept a phase sleep. So the following morning, you're breaking your fast, and a small gutter snipe comes running into the building. A young lad with dark skin, a blackened face, hair all over the place, wearing rags, and says, "A message for Mr. Womble.
Hello,
Mr. Womble.
that's me.
Are you Mr. Womble?
I am Womble, yeah.
Mr. Womble, I have a message from you from the Toltos, the magic people," and he gives you an envelope. And he hands it to you with his left hand, and his right hand is out in front of you, beckoning for coin.
Womble will really apprehensively put a gold piece in his hand because he doesn't have any
Peace.
copper or
Whoa,
silver.
whoa! Thank you, Mr. Womble. And he runs out, skipping. He skips and he jumps up and he clicks his two heels together, and you can hear outside, "We got some money. Go get some food, sweeties." And actually, can somebody make a perception roll for me, please?
Ooh, can I do it?
Yep.
Natural 20. 28.
So you hear outside the window. You're sitting by the fire, but by a window, and you hear outside his children talking and saying, "Sweeties, no, we need food, proper food. Sweeties are for a dragon man, but we need food because we're starving, and we need a roof over our head. This could give us all a place to stay for tonight." And you look out the window and you see their sad, downtrodden faces of these children standing outside in the cold winter's rain,
I'm going to walk over and knock on the window on the other side.
and they just run off.
Oh.
And raises some concern with you. So Womble, in your hand you have an envelope, and you open it. It's got the symbol, the crest of the Toltis Academy on it, and inside it's there is a message to Womble the sorcerer.
That's me.
I need your help. Merrick is not well, and I don't know how to get him better. We've tried various magics, but we may need your aid. Signed, Lachlan.
Hey guys and girls, who's up for a trip to the Toltest Academy?
Sure.
Lily?
Yeah, don't know where that is.
Rick?
Yes, I'm happy to help.
Are you all right going over there, Lily? You know, I know. Didn't you mention you were from Vasselheim, or did I just imagine that in a fever dream?
No, I'm from Whitestone.
From Whitestone. Okay,
I mean,
so you should be okay with arcane magic then, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well, Toltest Academy.
So do you have the duck with you?
Yeah, always. He's always out. Unless I specifically say he's temporarily dismissed, he is with us
So where
constantly.
is he going to be walking next to you, or is he going to be?
he's going to be. I'm going to carry him, kind of like a bunch of books almost.
Under your arm.
So Rod
Under my
Hulanini
arm.
type thing, yeah.
I don't know who that is. Nor do I know what that is.
Okay. So you carry the duck under your arm, and he seems quite comfortable there. And he does fidget a little bit, but he gets comfortable under your arm. And in your belt you have a teddy bear, and he's starting to take a bit of interest in it, and he starts to peck at the teddy bear that's in your belt.
Junior, stop. Stop.
Quack,
Stop.
quack,
Stop. It's only for night time. Stop. All right, okay, I'll just throw him in the air.
and his wings flap, 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 flap. And he sort of comes to the ground about 10 yards away. And you can see people walking down the street, wrapped up in their winter clothes, cloaks round them. Look at this strange situation where you just thrown a duck in the air and it just lands and comes back, waddles back to you.
Junior. I'll kneel down to his level, look at him in the eye like you do with a child.
Okay,
Like
and
Junior.
he tilts his head to the side and looks at you with his left eye. A little bit like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
It's exactly what I had in my head for a second. Junior, can you just fly in the air for a moment? Just follow us in the air.
Okay, so he jumps up and he starts flying, and it takes a while to get airborne, but he manages to get airborne, and he's flying. He's quite high because ducks can't really soar very well, so they have to keep flapping. So he's up there and he's circling around you about 200 feet up.
Sorry about that, guys. We're both learning. It's like a newborn child and a parent. He's the parent. I'm the newborn child. So we're trying to learn that dynamic.
Could you all make dexterity saving throws for me, please?
17.
Yep.
5.
9.
5.
14.
Okay, Brick. You're not quite sure what's going on here, but you feel something suddenly hit you on the top of the head, and it's cold and wet. You put your hand up, and it comes away white with a bit of black on it and gooey.
Oh, lovely.
Supposed to be good luck.
Doesn't
You're
look
gonna have
like
so much fun with this. Sorry, Lily.
Okay. No, that's okay. He's charming.
Not only am I freezing cold, I've now had this thing shit on me.
Well,
we'll
we're going to
clean
be
up-
having duck tonight.
Clean up after your pet.
Oh, Preston, did you take both Lily and Brick?
Okay. Oh no, Lily wasn't hit. It was just Brick that got hit.
Ah, okay.
I
Brick,
now have spotless clean robes. Thank you.
you're welcome.
So-
Touch Bricken.
Cleaned up, you walk towards the Toltis Academy in Emon, and you go up to the main entrance to the academy. You know these are alabaster walls, and there is a hand-shaped sigil next to these large double doors on the entry to the actual academy itself, and you put your hand on that and you hear this distant bell tolling. Bong. Womble, can you just make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, God. 2.
So the bowl, it's got this bell tolls, and then you hear this feet on the other side, and the door opens, and you see Lachlan there. Oh, could you come on in? I need to talk to you. So you all go in, but Womble is just standing there. There's a vacant look on his face.
Is the Womble?
Come on, Womble.
Just wave a hand in front of his face.
He
Give a
doesn't
slight tap on the face.
Doesn't respond.
I've dealt with these scenarios before. Sometimes you just need to give him a bit of a tap to snap him out of it. So I'm going to give him a slap on the side of the face to try and nothing too hard, just to try and get him to snap out of
Could
it.
you make
Too
an
hard,
attack roll,
please.
please, with advantage?
Yeah.
$23.
Oh damn!
And what's your how much damage do you do?
9.
Slap the shit out of it.
You just do one plus your strength modifier.
Wait, sorry, I thought that was at the bottom, that bit.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but you're not using a weapon.
He's unarmed strike.
Unarmed
that
strike.
one.
Oh well, you can pull that a bit. You can just do 1 damage if you wish.
Yeah, I prefer
one,
just
that's
to do 1
5
damage. Give him a
five
little
damage.
bruise on the face, yeah.
Womble,
Nuclear slap.
Womble,
Just kill you instantly.
Sorry,
the
DM.
Womble, sorry, I'm losing your volume slightly. The world in
better?
front of you looks green, as if looking through liquid, and slightly distorted. You see a large, hulking, fiendish figure in front of you, walking backwards and forwards in front of a table. He looks up. He sees you. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Certainly. It's a 7.
So you slap a brick. You slap Womble around the face. He doesn't move. Womble, this creature comes towards you. Large reptilian face, mouth as wide as its cheeks. It opens its mouth, and you see inside it's red with a long toad-like tongue. A large hand reaches towards you, and you feel the whole essence of yourself and this green liquid being lifted up. So the rest of you see Womble just standing there. What's you going to do?
I've tried my idea. I don't know what else to do.
Does Womble appear to be under a thrall or some sort of spell?
He's just not. Suddenly, he's not there. Could you make an insight roll for me, please?
Is that me?
Yep.
Yes, I can. Ooh, no.
No, he's just standing there being Womble.
I think we broke him.
Is this
I
normal?
think Womble breaks himself.
Does he do this normally?
Yeah.
Well, not
Well,
quite
similar,
this
but-
bad. Yeah.
Well, if no one else has got any other ideas, shall I just throw him over my back and carry him?
Yeah, just carry him. I'm
Yeah,
sure he'll
okay,
come
I'll
to
do that.
eventually.
Okay. Womble, what language do you speak?
I speak Abyssal, Common, and Undercommon.
Sorry, you speak Abyssal?
Abyssal, Common, and Undercommon.
Okay. You hear this toad-like creature in front of you. It's wearing robes. It's got long taloned fingers, and it speaks in Abyssal. Ah, this is intriguing. Somebody is coming back to me. I will need to look harder at this one. And you feel yourself put down in a table in the middle of the room. And then you find yourself on the back of Brick being jostled along inside the Toltis Academy. The rest of you see Womble stir as you're being escorted by Lachlan down this central corridor in this large, drafty hallway. There are windows high up on the sides. There are school desks and pews around the side of this hallway, and you're escorted into a small office you've not been into before. Thank you for coming. I know I've not really... And this is Lachlan now talking to you. Womble is put down and just looking around himself, a bit bemused. You get taken into this small little room with a desk in it, which is all very disorganised. There's papers and things everywhere. There's a bookcase at the back with books upside, downside, all over the place. And there is a small sconce with a ever-burning torch on. Thank you for coming. I didn't know who to talk to. And he nods at you, Lily, my lady.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. I am a servant of this academy. People call me Lachlan.
Very, very nice to meet you, Lachlan.
Could you just make an insight roll for me again, please?
Yes, I can. 15.
You can see when he says people call me Lachlan, you can see there's a slight resignation to his face. I need help, and I didn't know who to turn to. Merrick is ill. I cannot help him. The healers cannot help him. We have tried leeches. They do not work. We have tried dispelling evil essence. It does not work. We wondered if you could be of assistance. And Lady of Pelor, you may be able to help too.
I'll do what I can, but if the spell magic didn't work, my options might be limited.
Well, we've tried these spells of the Platinum Dragon. It didn't work. But you are of a different creed, I gather.
Yes.
Please, come. And he escorts you, takes you all out, down the long corridor, up some winding stairs, to Merrick's office, which is empty. And he takes you through a small door at the back, which is actually hidden. So it's a secret door, and into Merrick's chamber. And inside you see your friend Merrick lying on a bed, looking very pale. And there is a nurse standing by him, and he is standing there, tending his brow, and just putting something cold on him. Lachlan, you brought some more help. I hope they have more success than some of the others. So there's this man lying there. He looks very pale. He is breathing, you can see that. And Lachlan pushes you forward.
Right. I will examine this man who I've never met before.
So he's a man. He is of good health, or getting on a little bit in age. There is but behind his bed you can see there is framed on the wall. There is a picture of a bird you recognise as a firehawk. You look down at him, and the first thing you notice is he's pale. He's got dark bags under his eyes, and sort of black marks sort of radiating from his face, a little bit like the baddie in Doctor Strangelove. Doctor, what's he called? Doctor Strange.
I prefer Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's what's that? It's Mushy Monsters. There we go. And you reached out to touch him, and you withdraw your hand. He is burning up. He is really hot.
Ooh.
But not a heat that you would expect from somebody with a fever. I mean, talking really hot.
Yeah, this is like burning my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to rack the knowledge. Sorry, rack? Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to rack my brain to see if I have any knowledge of what this
So
is.
make a medicine roll for me, please.
Medicine. 8.
You know that fevers can be broken with the bark from various trees, but you're not sure this will be helpful here. You really are. You're struggling to actually know what is causing this.
Ooh, I've got an idea. Mr. Dack, you can
Yeah.
handle high levels of heat,
Yeah.
and you're trained in sort of natural magics. What do you think?
Yeah. I'll have a look. What do I think?
So you make a medicine roll, please.
Okie dokie.
And can I give him points? I'm going to give him pointers, and
You already rolled.
then I am going to offer a prayer for his
Okay.
success.
Can I
go for it.
guidance myself?
Yep.
I just gave you guidance.
Oh, right.
Just be
okay.
guidance. Can't do it twice.
Fair enough. So the regular roll is that, and then plus 4. So that's 18.
18. So you look at this person in front of you who you've met before, and you cannot think of what this is. You feel some almost like an alien presence in your mind trying to nudge you in the right direction, but you can't think what this is.
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Well, let me try and see if this works. So I'm going to grit my teeth because this is probably going to hurt, and I'm going to dispel magic on him and see if it does anything.
Okay. Could you roll a d20 plus your wisdom modifier, please.
Sure. So that's a D20.
Yeah.
7.
So Laxton looks at you and is like, well, my lady, we have tried this and this does not work. And you realise your dispel magic just doesn't do anything here.
I'm afraid this might be beyond me. This isn't something I've ever encountered before.
Do you know what he was doing before he fell ill?
Well, the last time you saw him, he was in the flying carpet, coming to, and they took on the red dragon. And you remember that Dyson Brandt had created this black nebulous cloud which shot out a tendril, and it had made Gilmore disappear, and Merrick was struck down at that time.
Is Womble still comatose?
No, Womble is there. He just came
okay.
round.
So I thought I was like still comatose. So
No, sorry, you came round when you were on the back of.
Oh yeah, I probably should
Brit.
put you down now, shouldn't I? Here you go.
Yep, Womble's just enjoying his time up there. Can Womble start casting Identify on Merrick
Okay.
to learn if there's any spells affecting him?
And you take your book out, and
My pearl.
and you open your book, and the rest of you see that you've seen magic wizards books before. You've seen the arcane scripts, which are very intricate with pentagrams and equations and things which you don't understand. But what you see in Womble's book is matchstick men
And castles,
and castles
Ducks,
and ducks, absolutely.
ponds, and leaks.
Nope, that's the explodey one. No, that's not that one.
Explodey one. Explodey
And Laxton puts up his hand. We have tried this, but feel free to try it again. So you have to hold on to him for the 10 minutes of casting.
While he's doing this, I'm probably not going to have much luck here, but can I at least sort of like, just from a sort of glance over him, do I notice any strange wounds or any sort of odd markings on him?
He's lying in a bed, so he's covered up to his sort of upper chest. But you see his face; he's got these black lines sort of coming from his eyes. He's very pale.
Do we all see those black lines, or is it just magical persuasions that see them?
No, you all see that. You all see that.
Those marks weren't on his face before, were they?
No, not, you've not met him.
That's what I was me. I say that to the others, like just tried to be helpful, but obviously clearly out of my depth in this area.
And the others answer that they weren't there before, and he's in a strange place. And Atkin says, "It is as I feared. I was hoping you would come up with something we did not, but the best minds have tried to wake him from this slumber. And when the best minds fail, one has to turn to the
Womble.
And looks at Womble and to look to you.
Mm.
Now, the other thing that we did have a seer brought in to try and identify this illness, and she thinks it's something to do with the scar and with Dyson Brand and this black cloud. And you think his affinity to the fire magic combined with his magical blood and Dyson, and he spits on the ground. I think I trusted that man.
We all did.
And the fact that this scar, this crater was closed all of a sudden, we think it's bereft him of consciousness. And something is infecting him. And we think it's getting worse. Every day he gets hotter. And it is only his sorcerer's blood that's keeping him alive. His ability and his affinity to fire magic from an ancestor from many years ago. I don't know how much longer he's going to hold on. We need aid. And we've tried our normal routes, but that hasn't worked. And battle bars keep switching off and it's most annoying. And I talked to a old friend of mine, and she said there may be somebody who can help.
Do we know who they are, where we might find them?
It is a potentially perilous journey. Otherwise, I would have done it myself. And you can see this normally grouchy man has a lot of affection for Merrick. You've not really seen that before. Would you be willing to help me and help the professor?
Of course, if we can.
And he sits down on a chair. I was hoping you would say that. My friend is my younger sister. She is on assignment in a fort to the north of here. She says there is a hermit who lives a few days' travel from where she is in Fort Daxo, who may be able to help, who has knowledge of things that we don't. This could be our hope to try and find a cure for this illness. And you can see his gruff exterior is now softening somewhat. I ask you, I plead with you, please help us. Please help Merrick. He is the soul of this academy.
I'm always up for helping. Meg's been a great friend.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can help.
This hermit is supposed to have a strange library full of books that have not been seen for many a year. And they may hold the secrets which we don't have here. But he's, by accounts, he is tricky. And he is now in an area which my sister says is under some sort of, what did she say? Duoma. It's not, there's something moving there. She doesn't know what it is. She said that winter hasn't fallen on part of the Othden forest. And that's where this hermit, we think, lives. I can send you there. I have a access and some skill with, and he looks at Womble. Teleportation. Have you come across that in your studies?
I show him the duck. This is about as far as I've got.
And he puts his face in his hands. Oh, Merrick, you're doomed. My friend.
Remember,
if I had any other way, I would
down. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
So he looks up as you start speaking.
I was just saying, so we did take down what Dyson Brandt was doing.
I believe it was your orc colleague that did that.
I said we, not.
It was a group effort.
Yeah, we.
Yeah,
as a group.
Well, if I had any other way, I would do it, but I have no other way. I can send you up to Fort Daxio via a teleportation circle, which we have here, and you can see my younger sibling, my twin, but she's much younger than me. Her name is Larissa. not as practiced as I am in the arcane arts, but she still is a great wizard in her own right. She will be able to give you directions to get to the hermit,
Okay.
if he really exists.
Will she have more information than you about the hermit?
I would hope so. She has given me this information.
Okay.
It is a long shot, but it may just work.
Well, when do you need us to depart? Can we
And
have a
he
day at
looks-
least?
And he looks at Merrick and he says, "We don't have much time."
Does anyone have anything
the
they desperately
cleric,
need to do?
the clerics say we possibly have a maximum of, if we can stabilize him as much as we can. And Lily, you recognise now that there is a slight aura around him, and that he has been placed under a gentle repose spell, even though he's not dead, to try and slow things down. We probably have 2 weeks at the most.
Well, Brick, Lily, Jordan.
Maybe longer if we can keep this repose going, but that's an art outside of mine.
I have no urgent business, so I can leave as soon as everyone else is ready.
Yeah, same. There's not a lot we can do from right now. We just need to figure out what else we can do then.
I can pay you for this, but our funds are stretched at the moment due to the recent attack. We are having to rebuild this parts of our academy, and he had noticed as you came in that there was damage to some of the buildings, fire damage, which was being repaired from the recent attack. I can pay you 500 gold pieces each out of my own funds, but I ask you to be swift.
It's fine by
Time
me.
is of the essence.
That's good. Jordan, you mentioned you had something here to do. Are you okay coming?
Yeah, no, I'm fine coming, yeah.
Lily, Brick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we should go immediately. This man's
Well,
life is
that's-
in danger.
Let's go.
Do you have any supplies you need to get, or are you willing to go now?
I stocked up during my 2 weeks off, so I'm good to go. Everyone else is.
As did I.
That is fantastic. Thank you, my friends. Come with me. And he takes you out to leads you out of the room, down the stairs, down the corridor, out into the cold winter's day. And he walks you towards part of the town that you've only been past. There's a large, almost like pyramid type structure in the if I can get this to work, in the central district. And he takes you to this. It's in this cross section of various different roads, and there's a central island. It's large. It's probably about 100 feet along each side of the pyramid. And he takes you in through a door which just appears in front of you, inside of this large pyramid. And you can see there's a central corridor, and there are multiple doors off the side. And at the centre, you can see there's a crossroads, and on down each spoke, there is multiple doors on the side. And he takes you to one door, opens it, and inside you see a small room with a board guard standing there, who suddenly stands up. Sorry. Hey, hello. Yes. 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 Do you wish to use the teleportation circle? And he points towards Lachlan, and Lachlan says, "Of course I do. That's why I'm here. And I have the authority of the Alabaster Lyceum on this." And he flashes a a coin at him, and he looks at it and says, "Okay." And he turns to you, the Lachlan, and says, "I will just contact my sister." And his eyes goes blank for a second. He says, "Give me a couple of minutes."
Certainly.
Someone
And-
bans him.
And you can see his eyes are elsewhere, and you can see his lips are moving slowly. And have any of you got the observant feat with lip reading?
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So after a couple of minutes, he says, "Right, okay, I will charge up this circle." And you see on the floor in front of you, it's only a small room. It's probably about 15 feet along each side. There are some ever-burning torches here. And then on the ground, there's this circle with glyphs around the outside. And he starts to mumble, and the glyphs start to light up. Like a blue iridescent light. And as it does that, the actual sconces with these ever-burning torches start to dim, and the light is coming from the floor around these glyphs. The guard there stands back, and Lily, you can tell that he's probably had something to drink today. I think you have insight skill, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What's your passive insight?
18.
Oh yes, you can tell that he's had some liquor today, and he stands back, but he's keeping out of your way. And Lachlan turns to you. "Right, when I give you the nod, you must go into the circle all together.
Okay.
And now,
Oop.
so you all step in."
Yep.
So you all stand in a circle. It's quite tight. The circle itself is only probably about 7.5 feet wide. And so you're all standing in there, and you can hear him mumbling. And suddenly you feel like that feeling like you've had too much alcohol to drink, and the world is spinning, and you feel yourself constantly falling forwards. And you feel that, which seems to last an eternity. And then you find yourself on your feet, standing there in a large stone cold room. In front of you, wearing white robes, you see a woman clutching a staff of pure white wood with 3 large pearls on the top of it. And she looks at you and smiles and says, "Welcome to Fort Daxio. I am Larissa. My grumpy brother, Lachlan, has sent you."
Did you say Lachlan?
"Yes, Lachlan."
Oh, he introduced himself as Lachlan.
He hates that name. Everybody calls him that. Nobody can speak his name properly. Makes him very grumpy. His name's Lachlan. That's what Mum called him. But Lachlan sent you. I gather there is a problem with Professor Merrick.
Yeah, he seems to have fallen under some sort of fever, and traditional means don't seem to be having any effect on helping.
Well, we will discuss this elsewhere. And as you look around, you see this is large. It's almost like a castle a castle room, about 50 feet wide, cold stone walls. There are arrow slit windows here. It is very cold. You see there are guards standing around the perimeter of this room. There's 4 of them. They are standing to attention. Lily, you notice that these guys are not been drinking. They are business. Come. These guards are standing they have large shields, and they're mirrored on the outside, and they have a spear in their right hand. And as you walk away, Larissa says to the guard, "I will take this from here. These are guests of mine and on academy business." "Right you are, Mum." And they nod and they let her walk out with you. Outside it is cold. They walking outside the courtyard. It is very, very, very cold. There's a north wind blowing. There is snow on it, and you can see you are surrounded by large walls. Let me just.
Are
get
we
this-
supposed to see anything on roll 20?
I am just about to put you onto
Ah, nice.
there. How do I do this? I've forgotten how to do this. How do I get you to have a look at to see this thing? Is it that? No, not that. Excuse me, I've forgotten how to do this.
I was supposed to say, if we're at Fort Daxio, we're up here.
Here you are up there. Yeah.
Hey, picture.
Can you see a picture?
We can.
There
Very
we go.
small.
There we go.
Oh,
so that's Fort Daxio. So you come out of a large, castle area into a central courtyard. You can see it's snowing. It is cold, bitterly cold. There are large fortified walls around this area. There are soldiers and squadrons of soldiers around on the walls and training in the central courtyard area. Inside the actual grounds of the castle, there are cottages. There are people who are making arrows. So there are fletchers, there are armourers, there are people who are in logistics with food. You get the feeling this is a frontier fort, a fort for defending and fighting. This isn't a town for commerce, and it is very
Are there any
impressive.
leather workers?
Sorry.
Are there any leather workers?
Oh, possibly there are. You can't see any at the moment. You just see this real hustle and bustle. But these are people. It's not like the normal commerce of a city. You just people who are there to do a job, and they're doing their job.
So they wouldn't be able to take a little custom order. I had an idea for the duck, the womble.
Of course, the duck didn't come with you.
No. And I'm pretty sure there's no Bazirs around here either.
I was going to say, if I do see a leather work, I want to pay a couple of gold pieces to have a leather leash made for this duck.
Yeah.
Well,
Larissa
Larissa takes you rapidly across the central courtyard area, past the hustle and bustle, into a slightly less austere-looking building, and she goes inside. And in here, you see there is bookcases filled with books. There is a warm fire on the hearth. There is a kettle there which is boiling. And I am just going to go to the little boy's room. So just give me 2 seconds whilst you discuss what you want to do with the leash for the duck.
When I
Well,
see a
there is
leather
no
work,
duck,
I'm gonna have one made for you.
I was going to say I probably want to find some warmer clothes.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel
I've
fine.
still got my lovely thick cloak on, like Jon Snow.
Oh, wait, you're lucky. I'm here in my normal stuff, and I've got like icicles dangling from my nose. I absolutely hate the cold.
I'm sure someone will lend you a overcoat, or you can steal one. But
Well,
that's
it's quickly
that's
freezing.
as Ross suggesting that.
I was just going to say I do actually have proficiency in sleight of hand, so I could just like as I'm walking past somewhere try and nick a coat.
You could do it. That'd be a laugh.
It's what Fabius would have done. Especially if it had bread in its pockets.
Fabius would already be wearing that coat.
Yes, we should have stripped him down and taken everything.
Yes, you should have.
I didn't want to come across as the dick that suggested to be the first one to do that. That was my problem. I was thinking about taking subtlety.
Okay, I'm back. So you offered a tea off the kettle, and you sit down around a small round table. There are comfortable chairs, although functional. And Larissa says, "Thank you for coming. I was trained by Professor Merrick. He's an old friend of mine, and Lachlan is, as you know, he's one of his oldest friends. From what I hear, Lachlan is doing very well at the academy. It was not really my place, though. I'm here to help protect this fort and the soldiers within. But enough about me. You're here about the hermit, is that right?
Yes. Yes.
He may. We know that he has. We know that he has interests which are outside ours, and he may have some vital knowledge. We have gone to him before in the old storybooks that to discuss things when we didn't know that our libraries didn't have. So I'm just trying to do something at the moment. There we go.
As far as your history of them goes, whenever you've needed him, has the information been forthcoming, or have you had to make some sort of trade with him?
Well, I don't know a huge amount about him. I only know what's written in the local local diaries. He lives a couple of days from here, in the Othendon forest, and she gets a map out and shows it to you, which is what you're seeing here. I'm just going to move the castle out of the way now, if you don't mind. Let's go to layer that one, and you can see where you've got the token in the right place. The forest is down to the southeast. He lives in that forest a few days away. He is, we think, a forest gnome, and he has a house in a tree. We have instructions how to get to him if that is what you wish to do.
Yes, that'd be very helpful.
I do know somebody who said who had met him once, and he said that this man is his hermit is a wizard, and his name is Grindelwyn Spindleberry.
Okay.
Now, I assume Lachlan told you that this would potentially be a perilous journey.
Yeah, he did mention that it was probably too dangerous for him to have gone himself.
Well, he would. He's always been a bit of a bookworm, him. Now, there are reports. Well, things have something is amiss in that forest. And you look around, and he says, winter is here, but the forest seems to be stuck in autumn.
Oh.
The leaves have not fallen. There's a strange feeling to the woods. We have sent out scouts and rangers. They have noticed that there are giant kin in these woods. They've seen trolls and ogres, and some of our scouts have not come back.
I see.
And the woods themselves have this strange feeling to them, which I have not encountered before.
Okay.
I can give you instructions of how to get to the wooded area, but from then you'd have to find him yourself. But I'm sure you are capable. You have a ranger with you, and she nods at Jordan. And you have...
I'll say ranger whilst doing the sort of inverted commas with my fingers. Ranger.
And you have a druid with you, and she nods at Dak. You have a man of fighting skills, and she
Do we?
nods at Rick.
Brutal, Jordan.
You have a lady of the Dawnfather, a lady,
Hello.
and she looks at you, Womble. I'm not sure what you are,
Hello.
but you have you. Lachlan says that you guys are famous. You are the Waffle House.
Well, we just try and help where we can.
I have heard rumours of this Waffle House. They've come this far north.
What could I hope?
You have unseated Dyson Brandt, I gather.
Yeah.
Your fame is spreading. I wonder if you can live up to the tales. I'm sure you can. Now, you may need provisions. And I would suggest that if you wish to go tonight, then it will save you time. Or if you wish to leave first thing in the morning, then that is fine too. I can put you up for the evening.
Anyone have a problem with going now? I mean, what sort of time of day is it at the moment?
It's probably about early afternoon, but you know it's going to get dark in a couple of hours.
Yeah, I was about to suggest, is it a good idea that we head off into unsharp, like, and
Well, we're
somewhere
gonna
not
get
familiar with at night.
we're gonna get caught during the night somewhere along the way. I would imagine anyway. But I don't know. It's a group decision. What do we think?
Well, I'm just hoping if I could find somewhere to resummon Junior.
Yeah, and
I thought
I'd
we
like to get
dismissed
some
him.
warmer clothes before I venture out.
Well,
yeah.
the forest may not be too cold by the sounds of it.
Lachlan did say we had 2 weeks, and that the appeal of walking through a dark forest we don't know doesn't sound appealing to me.
Okay, well then we'll head out first thing in the morning. Easily done.
Well, I would suggest that the quickest way to get there, if you follow the tree line along the mountains, cross the gully until you see a rock formation that looks like a dragon's head poking out of the ground. From there, I was told you have to head southwards into the forest, but I can't give you any more direction than that.
Okay, that'll do.
Do you have any maps? You can't give us directions, but do you have a map where you can kind of?
So she
mark it for
basically
us?
she's showing you the map that she has in front of you at the moment. She can sort of enlarge it a little bit, but basically she's giving you some simple instructions. Basically, stay on the tree line to the south of the mountains, cross the gully, see the dragon head, and then head south.
Yeah, that'll do.
And you look out the window across the large walls of Fort Daxio, and you see to the east snow-covered trees and forests. But then somewhere away, the snow sort of dissipates, and you just see sort of green and brown trees, but that is some distance away. It looks slightly incongruous there.
Do you know of anywhere where we might be able to buy some warmer attire for the trip?
Well, we have various people here who make things, but there is a quartermaster, Horace the Mace. He could fit you up with things you need at cost, of course.
Of course.
Yep, sounds good to us.
But there will be nothing fancy. It will be all utilitarian.
That's absolutely fine.
Do you need anything to eat? Would you wish to go and get your supplies now?
Yeah, I think we could stand to go and get our supplies while the daylight is still with us, and then we'll
Okay.
sort out something to eat after.
So she takes you outside to
Before we leave,
Sorry?
just before we leave, I'd just like to ask her. I'd like to show her the Find Familiar spell that I've got,
Yep.
and ask her if she can help me with it. Whether there's any local facilities to facilitate summoning Junior.
All you have to do is just click your fingers.
No, I need a small brazier. I didn't
No, you
discuss
don't.
him.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Just click your fingers.
But it says that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue then. Womble will click his fingers.
And and what's it called? Sir Fetched.
Yeah, so fetch the
Disappears.
second.
And then you click your fingers again. Do it as in the Addams Family. So you click your fingers twice, and then Sir Fetched is at your feet.
Oh, he's alive! Oh.
Shh.
pick
Do you
him
have
up.
an animal handling skill at all? Do you have animal handling?
No,
Womble?
-1. No.
No, you don't. Oh, okay, okay. So the duck is by your feet, and Larissa looks at you and says, "Oh, you have a duck familiar. That's interesting and
What's this?
novel."
I click my fingers again.
And he goes. He disappears.
Oh, one's going to be clicking all the way to wherever we're going to.
Been in and out constantly.
Yep.
Just
Oh,
constantly just to keep hearing a little wet.
yep.
So
Disappears.
you only have to have the brazier, so the brazier and the incense and stuff if you're summoning for the first time. Once he's there, you can send him back and forwards until he gets killed, which case, or you want to change him into a different shape, which you can't do.
I see.
So it's
okay.
only when you actually originally summon him do you have to have that stuff. But you can just send him back to the Fey space that the dimension he comes from at a click of your fingers.
Yeah, so I knew that you could dismiss him, but because we teleported, I hadn't dismissed him, so I just assumed that he.
No, he was still
had
in Imon.
died.
He was still sitting there waiting for you outside the
I see.
castle.
Awesome. Oh, Womble is elated.
So the duck. So you sent the duck away. So Larissa takes you towards this a small wooden fronted 2-story building with glass windows at the front and a door which she goes in. Has anybody got what's everybody's passive perception, please?
Good question. So
18.
9.
14 for me.
13.
14.
Who was 18?
That's me.
You see Larissa walk with you, but she seems to put something into Womble's pocket. Womble hasn't noticed.
Okay.
Okay, so you take her to the she takes you to this shop, and you go in, and inside you see a man, Horace the Mace, who clearly has earned his name in battle. It looks like his face has had an encounter with a very heavy, blunt object. His nose is broken and splattered across his face, a little bit like one of the England prop forwards. His jaw has been broken. He has no front teeth, and he's thick-set, greasy black hair, wearing a leather jerkin. He's standing behind a counter. There you can see there are items of winter wear, and there are some sort of armor type things here as well, but clearly not for the army, but for other people. But it's predominantly winter wear. Yes. Hello.
Oh, thank God! I was
Larissa.
about to ask, does he whistle as he talk?
Yes. Yes. Hello. I couldn't whistle, so this instead, because he has got open teeth. Hello. Hello, mister. What can I do you for?
I'd like to get the warmest overcoat that you have.
Oh. We will have wolf pelts coat. They're very warm.
Yep, that'll do for me.
Perfect. Dak will take one of those as well.
How much are they?
They are 15 gold pieces. They're 10 gold pieces each.
10? Okay, yep, deal. I'll give him 10 gold.
Perfect.
And he has a rack of these. I mean, they don't particularly fit you well, but enough to keep you warm, and you can tighten them up a little bit. They are grey. These are grey wolves. Clearly, there must be a lot of them around these woods, as they seem to have a lot of these pelts here, which have been made into winter clothing.
Womble also buys one as well.
Okay, so it's 10 gold pieces for each of you.
I will pass.
So Lily is standing there just in sort of light robes. Light robes?
That's reasonably light, yeah.
Yeah, at least in robes. With a single sash around her middle. Only concession really to the cold is actually a hood being up.
Womble will buy a second one.
Okay.
And then put it on.
Is it a tiny little one for the duck?
It's a very no. Duck should be
Well,
fine.
that's wonderful. Well, we have these. Is there anything else you would like to keep yourself warm? Are you going on a trek?
Yes, you could certainly say that.
Well, you will need provisions then, won't you? And
Well, yeah.
well, I've got some. I can send you some supplies. Got some rations. Not
Yeah.
the most nicest thing you'll eat, but it will keep you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this without any teeth. It'll keep you alive in the cold.
Perfect. Yeah. How much would that be for all of us?
If you do 10 gold pieces for 2 weeks worth of sort of trail rations.
Yeah, that's fine, and we can supplement that with good.
You
breeding
realise
cover.
this is more expensive than it should be, but you are on a border outpost.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're a long way further north than you were.
Do any of you guys already have rations sort of before
Well,
this? Or...
we can sustain ourselves with good breeds and stuff, but a variety is always nice.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Okay. Is there anything you need? Water skins, keep your water. Something to light a fire with.
No, we're good on that front, I think.
Axe. Axe is always helpful.
You
Sword.
got any hand axes?
Oh yes, we got a hatchet, and he has a selection of hatchets with different designs. Some of them which are hand axes, some of which you can throw.
Yeah, I'm looking for like throwable hand axes.
Well, I have three in here. So he's got 3 hand axes.
How much are they?
I I will tell you later. 5 gold pieces each. Five gold each.
I'll take 2 of them.
Okay. And they've got a real substance to them, actually, and you realise from the design from these hand axes that there is a blade on one side, and it's a very heavy, blunt back of the head of the axe. So if you reversed it, you could just throw it as a throwing hammer.
Nice.
I'll let you do either.
Very nice. Is that everything we need, do we think?
I think so.
What about something to keep you warm at night time? Blankets and things like that.
I've got my bed stuff.
We have got bed rolls, but they might be a little
Did you take them with you?
underwhelming. Well, I've pretty much always got mine rolled up on my back, but I'm not sure about the others.
I've got bedroll and sort of rations, torches, water skin, etc. I've got rope.
But would you have had those when you went to the academy?
Well, Dak would have done because he's always got them, but I don't know about the
I've had
others.
all my bits on me.
I usually carry my bag around.
Because you went straight there with, you just went off to see somebody, and now suddenly you've gone away camping.
So I always have my bedroll in my backpack. I bring that everywhere I go.
Okay.
Because you never know where you can end up spending.
Well,
the night.
that's where
Okay.
Dak
Oh,
got
okay.
to, yeah.
I'll let you
Yeah.
say you did this because you are adventurers and you are level 8, so you're always prepared. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. So you do
Do they
have
happen
some
to sell any leather straps?
leather straps. Well, we've got lots of leather bindings, leather straps. Yes, we can sell you those.
I'll buy a couple with the intention that on our downtime I'm going to sit and make a leash for this duck.
Okay, so that will be 5 silver pieces. 5 silver pieces. I can give you that, and you'll need something to. Do you have a sharp knife?
I will buy a small sharp knife. Yes.
Okay, so he sells that for 3 gold pieces.
Yep.
Okay, so that will help you pair it and actually shape the leather if you wish to.
Yep.
Is there anything else I can help you with for your journey? Something to keep you warm for the road. We got some whiskey.
Dak will pass.
Okay, right. Anything else? Or was that it all? Is that everything?
I think I'm set. Anyone else?
I think I'm set.
Can't think of anything else.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think that'll do us nicely. Thank you very much.
Okay. So you pay up,
Mm-hmm.
and he takes your money and gives you your wares. And he
Lovely.
looks very happy.
Good stuff.
And you lumbered up. You leave with all your stuff. Of course, you have no bag of holding anymore, so you're going to have to start carrying this stuff. And remember, it can get quite heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, Brick, you're going to become the mule.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Some people like to have a travel mule or something to carry all the equipment. You may wish to do that, or you just make it carry it on your back.
Just looking
So-
at what I got.
So Larissa takes you back to her small little hut, and she gives you cots for the night and says, "I would suggest you have good food and an early night and an early start."
Sounds like a very good idea.
Where can we get some good food from?
And she looks at you, Womble, and she raises one eyebrow. "I shall cook it."
Can I insight check her to see if I've really offended her?
Make an insight roll for me.
Sure, she's fine.
She's really quite offended.
Please excuse him. He's an idiot.
Yes, Lachlan said he was strange, but brilliant as well.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, the two seem to go hand in hand in his case.
Yes, but I don't want the duck in here. So, Mr. Womble, please don't summon your duck in my house.
Okay. I'll put my hand out the window. Click.
So the duck literally is on your hand outside of the window.
I click my fingers again.
And the duck disappears. And there's just a puff of feathers as it disappears now. They're just floating downwards.
Just checking he's okay is all. He gets scared when he's over there.
Can't
And,
take you anywhere.
and you can see her her eyes go vacant for a second, and you see her mumbling under her breath, and you can hear her saying, "Lachlan, what have you sent me? You're mad." Okay, and she goes back to you. Right, early food, early night, and then you're on your way.
Perfect.
And she, on the hearth, she cooks a very nourishing stew. It is a variety of meats with some winter vegetables and with a corner of bread for each of you. And she's very satisfying. And she offers you watered down ale. And at the end of your meal, she beckons you to take to your cots and have a good night's sleep.
I will make a point of thanking her for the delicious meal as well.
Could you just make a deception roll? Because it wasn't burnt.
Deception. 20.
Well, at least one of you has manners. Perhaps not us all lost.
Whoops.
And she dampens down the fire at the hearth just by using her hands, and you can see her. She has her thumb and forefinger wide apart, and she just pulls them together, and the fire in the hearth just goes down and down and down, and then goes out and just starts to smoke. Right, I bid you have a good night, and I will wake you in the morning.
Thank you.
And it gets very dark in this hut, and you realise that it is, although it's early evening, there is no frivolity in this castle. It is all very functional, and you take to your beds.
I cast light underneath my bed.
Underneath your bed.
Underneath my bed.
Okay, and you can see under Lily's bed there was a slight glow. What colour is it?
It's a sort of cayenne yellow mix.
Okay, so there's a faint yellow, sort of late summery harvest glow coming from underneath the blankets of Lily. As she moves in the bed, occasionally a small ray of light comes out.
Lily, you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Because you're sort of glowing a bit.
Oh, sorry, is that bothering you?
No, it's just a bit unusual.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, we assume you're not exactly fond of the dark.
Well, to be honest, no, I can't stand the dark.
That's okay.
Makes sense.
Anyway, good night.
I don't know what Battle Bards is doing. It's playing Silly Buggers at the moment.
I love that song.
It kept jumping. Sorry, it's jumping from one to another. Let's try it again.
I
See.
killed him. I didn't remember murdering that dude. I thought I really did.
Hey, is that me?
Something like murder.
I don't know what's going on here.
Sounds like Womble, that does, murdering a guy and not remembering it.
I don't remember
Murder,
murdering
murder.
that dude.
Okay, so there was a slight glow from under the blankets of Lily, and you all close your eyes and take rest, and know this is going to be the last night's rest in a warm bed you'll have for some time. And you close your eyes and you'll fall asleep, unless any of you wish to stay awake for any reason.
No,
Dak, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
I will indeed. 18.
Okay. You feel the heat blast your face as you open your eyes, looking over a fiery plain. There's a river of lava running across the plain in the distance of 3 mountains. Smoke pluming into the sky from these active volcanoes. There's a small hill a mile away. You duck behind a escarpment and you take to the ground. You land in front of a lava river with a bridge over it. On the other side there is a creature with your face. With leathery wings looking at you, you feel you need to cross the bridge. And then you wake up. Go back to sleep again. It is dark, you're shaken awake. Larissa says, it's an hour till dawn. Time to get ready to go.
Okay, thank you.
And you all break your fast and you get ready, and by the time the sky starts to lighten, you are leaving the front gate of the castle, which is you're the first out in the morning.
I've cast light on my shield and I'm walking with it.
Okay. Is it bright?
It is very bright.
Okay, so Lily has got this illumination on her shield, and the shield is actually accentuating the light as it is. It's very very polished, and it's almost like a lighthouse beacon in front of you, illuminating the way.
Just a reminder for me that this shield has Bahamut's visage on it, doesn't it?
No.
It doesn't. Oh, okay,
No.
fair enough.
No. If you remember, the shield was what was given to you as thanks for saving Audrey's life.
Mm-hmm.
This was Claire's family heirloom,
Ah, fair enough.
which she'd used to serve vegetables on. It looks like it's going to be a cold day. There is a starkness to the air. The clouds are low. They are rolling. They're coming in from the northwest, and you feel it's probably not going to be long before snow starts. There is a small path that you take, and you remembered the instructions, which were to follow the tree line to the south of the mountains, cross the gully, and to see the rock formation look like the Dragon's Head. So you make your way eastwards, and the snow starts to fall, and the temperature drops. Have you all got furs on?
I don't.
Okay. It is starting to get cold, and you all wrap your furs warmer around you. The furs keep most of the cold out, but your feet are starting to go numb. And by the end of the first day, you have got into the base of some of the mountains at the tree line. You are quite high up here. To the west, you can see Fort Daxio, and to the east, you can see the snow sort of disappears in about a further day's march, and the trees beyond there look browny green. There's no snow there. The mountains in the distance, which Craghammer is underneath, are snow laden. So it just seems to be there's a microclimate here. So nothing troubles you at the end until the end of your first day's trek. It is getting cold. Do you wish to look for camp?
That's probably sensible. What do we think?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, might be worth it.
Okay. Jordan, do you want to see if you can find somewhere nice and suitable for us?
I could say, has anyone else got survival skills? If not, I've got survival proficiency. We could have a look at somewhere to rest.
Oh, well, if you two want to work together on that.
Yeah,
both
can
roll.
do. Do we
Okay.
both roll, or do we want to give one of us advantage? How's that work?
Is how do you want to do it?
Probably work together to find somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will offer guidance to whoever's rolling.
I'll go on. I'll roll.
Go on then.
So what do I need to do? Do I just roll normal or advantage, or?
I should roll 2 for you anyway.
Oh
Okay,
right, okay.
So roll with advantage because you're being helped, and with
Yep.
guidance with plus 1d4.
Okay, guidance 1d4. So
Nice.
21 and 3. So that's 24.
24.
I think.
So-
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are at the base of the mountains, and after about half an hour, you find a cave which you feel is deserted. Certainly, that there is the dust and detritus and snow at the front of the cave, which does not look disturbed. The cave goes back a little way into the mountainside, and it looks like a place you can shelter from the elements.
Very nice.
Good as any place we're going to find in it, really. So
Yeah.
Sheltered, fire by the entrance, keep us all warm.
Mm.
And you are above the tree line at the moment. So a fire will travel. An open fire, Brick, you will know this. An open fire will be a beacon to be seen for many miles.
yeah,
And
we
we
might
ca-
want to move it in a little bit.
Can we move the fire further in, out the way, maybe?
Ooh, that's not a great idea. Smoke tends to gather at a certain height level.
And dig the fire. You can dig a pit into the ground so the fire itself doesn't actually go above the top of the pit. So that way it's shielded visually, but you'll still
Yep.
get the heat.
And if you pack the snow up on the opposite side slightly, it's like a firewall. It will push the heat towards us and block the light even more from the outside.
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
Were you settling down for the night, guys? Sorry, I seem to just zone out for a second then.
Fully
Oh,
in
it's fine. I've
character.
done that for half a night, mate. To be fair.
Oh. Oh, I see. Don't worry.
Great stuff. Well, if you guys want to dig a fire pit, I'll start building the snow up in front.
Yep.
Okay, so you easy to find wood, and you get a fire going. You have meager supplies. You have trail rations, which is basic, but you could have that.
Yeah, I suppose the floor of this cave is probably stone as opposed to dirt, isn't it?
The floor is stone, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If we get some stones, we can line them around the fire, and then when it comes to sleeping, we can move carefully. Obviously, move the stones around the cave to act as little radiators to keep us warm.
Okay, so the cave goes back about 20 feet. There has been something layering him previously, but it is empty now. It is as dry as a cave can be, and it is quite homely.
Good stuff.
So you set a fire in a pit, using your both Brick, using his survival skills, knows how to shield the fire from the elements and from being seen from distance. And heat is had, and as the night drops, the temperature drops quickly. Food-wise, what are you going to have? Just the trail rations?
I think so, yeah. I was going to try for some good brews, but there's no way to plant them.
There was soil. The soil outside the cave.
Oh, hold on a moment. I can help with that. And I snap my fingers, and there is 45 pounds of food available for anyone to eat.
Nice. That'll work.
So suddenly in front of you, you see flagons of water, ice cold, but refreshing. You see loaves of warm, steaming bread and chunks of butter and dripping bacon, which is warm and refreshing.
Why did we buy the survival rations? Remind me.
You'll find out. I know it looks delicious, but yeah.
I can make it taste delicious. 5 gold pieces per person.
Anyway, very nicely done, Lily.
So you look at this food in front of you, which looks very appetizing. And does anybody want to eat any of it?
Yeah.
After Lily's comment, I'm a little bit dubious.
Yeah, I will eat something just to make sure to everyone this is safe to eat.
So what does it taste like?
So it tastes like gruel. It is bland and unappetizing.
Sounds perfect.
You got this lovely bit of bacon, but when you eat it doesn't feel like bacon. It just tastes like gruel.
So the smell is really very appetizing, but it is disappointing when you eat it. So Brick, you try a bit, and it's like, and your stomach sort of grumbles a bit, expecting to have sort of this haunch of bacon to consume, and it's just like oatmeal.
Not as meaty as I'd like, but it's better than that pastry that I had.
It's better than being hungry.
There's a very hurt-looking woman in this cave.
Womble sprinkles a little bit of magic on his portion of the food. Tastes like rat soup.
Tastes like what? Sorry,
Rat soup.
Rat soup.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Womble is enjoying this food very much right now. He's like, Lily, this is fantastic. Great job. Great job.
Yes, very well done.
So the rest of you are eating this food, which looks lovely, but it's very bland. But Womble is enjoying it with a gusto. And going back for seconds and even thirds.
The office still exists, guys. If you just remember that.
Right. What do we want to do in terms of watches and such for tonight?
I'm happy to keep watch.
Should probably all take turns watch there.
Well, I think if we divvy it up into threes, and then 2 people can change for tomorrow night.
Yep, I'll do watch tonight as well then.
Whilst we've been eating in this discussion, I'm going to be sitting there just carving this bit of leather and stuff like that.
You're determined for this leash, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Can Womble just stand by Jordan? Jordan.
So Jordan, do you have any tool skills at all? Do you have leather working or anything?
Nope.
Not at all.
No.
Okay, so could you just make a dexterity roll for me, please?
You could find out you're making confetti.
Hey, dexterity. It is confetti. 9.
Okay, so you feel you've constructed a nice little harness for a duck.
But
No, you feel that you've put it together. You've tied the knots in the right place, and you feel it's probably is going to be, and you've cut the right bits in the right place, and you feel this would be a good harness for a duck.
I will hand it to Womble, saying, "Attempt number 1."
No, Jordan. Please try it. And I will summon Junior. Click my fingers. I'm holding him in my hands.
Okay.
Here you go, Jordan.
I will attempt
Best of luck.
whilst Womble's holding him.
So, are you going to
This
actually
sounds
let the duck have this thing put on it, or are you going to let the duck struggle? Because you can tell the duck what to do.
I will let the duck make its own decision.
Okay. So there's this duck in front of you. He doesn't want to be restrained by you, Jordan. So, could you make an athletics roll for me, please?
Athletics. 1.
You have advantage because it's been grappled already by Womble.
15.
Okay, well you beat 9, so that's good. Okay, so you managed to put its neck under your arm, and you fit the harness around it. Not the best fit. Okay, so you now put a leather harness around the duck.
Question.
Mm.
When Womble
Duck is making a hell of a noise as well.
After obviously fitting the harness, I'd have handed the duck back.
when Womble decides to let Savetch return to the Feyland, what happens to the harness?
Well, if the duck likes it,
find
duck
out.
can keep it. If not, we'll have to keep it for the next dungeon.
Well,
delve.
I'm just
Keep this vanishing and the harness will just drop to
well,
the
this
ground.
is it. I'm wondering how many times we're going to be trying to fit a harness to a duck.
Clocked on too quickly.
See, Dak knows all this stuff. Yeah.
So the duck is now on. So who's holding the harness?
I'll
Jordan.
hand it to Womble.
So
Oh,
Womble, you have a harness on your duck, a leather harness.
I will make the leash to go with it on next time I can.
Okay.
Junior, are you happy? Like whispering it to him and just.
Whack.
Just goes quack quack.
I didn't think so. How about if you fly up about 100 feet above Jordan, and I'll dismiss you, and you can watch the harness fall away. Yeah.
And he looks at
Sound
you. The duck looks at you. You think, what? Do you really want me to do that? You can see. You can
Yeah.
see this expression on his face.
Yeah.
Really?
The harness falling in. Yeah.
Okay. So he starts to fly, and he hits his head on the ceiling of the cave. Dear, how much damage is he
now?
going to take?
You've killed it already.
Neck instantly
As he
breaks.
hits the ceiling and takes the damage, I want to click my fingers and make him poof. Just
Okay.
disappear.
How many hit points does the duck have?
3.
Not many.
3. 3. That's a lot of hit points.
That is a lot.
So he's
From what
taken.
I'm reading here, it has 3 hit points.
Well, he's taken 1 hit point damage.
Oh.
And I click my fingers.
He's
click your
basically dead.
You click your fingers, and the duck disappears in a cloud of feathers, and the harness just falls on the floor. Jordan, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
11.
It lands on your head.
Ah. I'll have to get it. I'll have to get it enchanted so it goes with the duck.
I think you're
Jordan.
probably trying
No.
a bit hard.
Yeah, Jordan. No, Jordan. I think you just killed Junior.
No, I saw you snap your fingers. I hope.
No, he's not coming back. He
Oh, well,
couldn't
we'll have to
fly.
get past for the next duck then.
That-
Yeah, I thought it might help because the last one we took into dungeon, kind of died because
Yeah.
we couldn't keep it with us. Hence why I thought, a leash.
He was in a cage. and we were fighting a boss.
Next to a line.
Hang on, wait. Does Dak say that out loud?
Nope. nope.
I want more
nope.
insight checks, Dak.
Did you say that aloud?
No, definitely not. But I certainly thought it.
Could you make an intelligence roll for me, please?
I was hoping you were going to say that. Because Dak doesn't want to get caught, but Chris definitely does. Oh, that's a 2!
It's a natural one.
You do say it aloud.
Dak,
Yes?
is there something you would like to explain?
No?
Are you sure?
Yep.
Wobble would like to insight check Dak.
Okay, make an insight roll, please. And Dak, could you make a deception roll?
Yes. 20.
Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, he's just
6.
saying things. He seems to be being genuine.
Shit.
So after this merriment and this gruel, apart from Womble having rat soup, you make camp and you put down your blankets for the night. You're as comfortable as you're going to be. Who's doing the watches, please? Who's doing first watch?
Dak will do first watch.
Okay. Anybody else going to do anything whilst Dak is doing first watch or before they sleep?
Yes, I'm going to give Dak some company for the night.
Yep.
And I'm going to do some finger movements.
Yep.
And you see a spectral glowing form with a sword and shield appear in the mouth of the cave.
Ooh.
And I ask it, "Could you please guard the cave for the night and make sure that me and my friends are safe?" And it nods back.
So this apparition in plate armor and a large, long sword. There's a slight red glow, orange-yellow glow to it. On its breastplate, you see a wheat sheaf. The visor covers a face. Behind the visor, though, there is a glow of yellow light, as if the face itself is illuminated.
Wow.
Nods at you, and then turns to look outside. The beam of light from its visor visible for some distance.
Dak is clearly very impressed.
He's really very nice. Just don't attack him, please. He doesn't like that.
No, I won't do that. Does he talk?
He hasn't to me, but he might speak to you.
No harm in trying.
Okay. So you take to your beds, and Dak and the spectral warrior stand there, who stands up for the first watch.
Mr. Shiny Pants.
Mr. Shiny Pants.
Yes. Dak can't get anything out of him, so that's just what he calls him.
There is snow falling now, and the temperature has dropped uncomfortably low. You can't see that far into the woods below. Could you make a perception roll for me, please?
Yes. Oh, that's a 6.
Okay. All you hear the snoring behind you of your colleagues. You're looking out into the snow, and it looks like a winter wonderland, really, is what you can see. There is, although it is dark, the snow reflects what little light there is, and nothing disturbs the watch.
Peaceful looking.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, who said they were going next?
No one.
I'll take second watch.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I will go and give Brick a nudge.
Okay. So, Brick, you saw the spectral warrior appear, and you go and join.
I'm glad I saw that before I slept.
and you go and join him. Could you? The snow is still falling. It is gently now, and the snowflakes are gently wafting to the ground. it's something that you never quite got used to. Snow is not something you were brought up to see.
No, definitely don't like it.
You hold out your hand and you see the snow fall onto your hand and melt slightly, and although it looks very pretty, it is cold and unpleasant.
Yep, agreed.
Could you make a perception roll for me, please?
Yeah. 14.
Hey, that's better.
Okay. So, okay, and Dak, could you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh yes. Oh, I forgot about that. 17. We're getting lower.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat it?
No.
No, same thing happens.
Yep.
So, Brick, what you hear is the disturbed tossing and turning of Dak in his sleep. And then he sits up, panting and gasping. And you see sweat on his brow. And you swear you smell this background of sulphur, brimstone. And then Dak lies down again, go back to sleep, and he starts snoring. But the rest of the night goes untroubled. Who's doing third watch?
That was supposed to be me.
Yep, so I'll head over to you and stir you from your sleep. So it's your turn for watch.
Oh, thank you. Morning, by the way.
Morning. Nothing happens, it's all fine.
Oh, great. And I will go over and sit next to my guardian,
Okay.
Mr. Shiny Pants.
Mr. Shiny Pants.
So he's standing there looking out over the forest. The snow is still falling, but it's just light now. You can see the trees below. The glow from the faceplate of this spectral warrior does give you a little cause for concern. You think it may be inviting trouble. Do you do anything with that, or are you just going to leave him standing like there, like a lighthouse?
I will. Oh, do you mind just stepping back a bit into the cave, please?
So I'm envisioning a little bit like the that creature in the first Thor movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So you actually can't see a face. It's just where the face should be behind the visor. There's just this glow, this yellow, soft, warm yellow glow.
Pretty much spot on. That's what I had in mind.
It's weird how we all thought the same thing.
So he steps back, and you are there on your own, Lily, with your thoughts as you watch the snow gently fall. It's actually quite pleasant. It's quite, for you, it feels quite clement. And as you sit there watching the snow, you trace pictures in the snow in front of you on the ground. And you make your perception roll, please.
Yes, I can. 15.
You're disadvantaged, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So you keep your eyes peeled as much as you can into the darkness, and the rest of the night goes untroubled. And you wake the others from their rest, stoke the fire, and give. And by the time people are starting to get up, you have some food on the go for them.
Yep. And I will shake hands with the guardian, and he disappears into a puff of light.
And so as you shake hands with him, he rather than taking your hand, what he does, he thumps his right fist to his chest plate, and as he does that, he just, and you see these little motes of light dance around in front of you, and just slowly vanish into nothing. Breakfast is made. You break camp, and you continue on your way. Now, I need a marching order, please.
Connor's
That's
just gone, so I'm going to say Brick would probably be up front, either him or Jordan.
Well, do we though? Because don't forget, if we're in a forest area, my favourite terrain as a ranger is forest.
Ooh, well,
So it's Jordan.
Yep.
I'll put Brick second.
Yeah.
I'll go third.
Yeah.
Then probably Womble in the middle and Dak at the back.
Yeah, if
same.
you're happy with that, Dak.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
Sweet.
And where's the
Wobble will
duck?
cast mage armor. Oh, he's just he's sitting on my shoulder for the time being. Actually, no, sorry, he is flying above us.
Okay. So the morning comes, the snow has stopped, and the trees below you are covered in a icing of snow. It is very pristine, and as you start walking, you break the surface of the snow, and it crunches under your feet. As you're walking, a Womble mutters to himself, and he shakes his teddy bear in the air, and you see this purple shimmer briefly apparate around him,
Oh, I didn't realise it lasts 8 hours.
and he puts
That's
it,
cool.
and he puts the teddy bear back in his belt.
Yeah, but it's a first level spell slot. You've got to use it every single day.
It's cool though. It's cool though.
Yeah, it's a good spell.
And you keep going. You're going eastwards, and as you're going, you realise that the snow is getting less dense. You are just above the tree line, and it's getting less cold. And in front of you, you see now the forest, which is green, browns, reds. Jordan, could you just make a nature roll for me, please?
Nature. Boom. 2.
It's a tree. There's lots of trees in front of you, John.
I think we might
And
be
there's-
forest guys.
they've got no snow on them.
I told you I'm ranger with inverted commas.
I love it so much.
So you keep walking, and by about midday, you're above the tree line. There's no more snow, and you're just walking on shale, and there is grass there, which is a slightly, it's rather than verdant green, it's a slightly sickly green to it. And just to the north of you, the mountains rise very in a sheer cliff face. And you keep walking, and the trees, you have to walk now down into a little bit into the tree level. And there's almost like a path, like a deer path that you're following. And you hear rushing water in front of you, Jordan.
Yeah.
And you see a waterfall. And in front of you, that waterfall drops into a into a chasm. Can I find this one? Can I find the right one?
While you're looking that up, I'm just going to turn to everyone and say this could be quite dangerous. So hold on a moment. And again, you see some finger movements. And then Jordan, Brick, and Womble, your maximum hit points and current hit points are increased by 15 as a small mote of light touches you.
Lily, you are a godsend.
Oh, Mike, this map's beautiful.
Oh wow! Look at! Oh my God! It's got a moving waterfall.
I know.
as well.
It's great. And the trees are moving and everything's great.
Ominous eyes too.
So yeah, just for explanation. So your current hit points and your maximum hit points are both increased by 15 for the next 8
Oh,
hours.
and the maximum as well, even better.
Where's Dak?
Nice.
You do know that puts me up to a grand total of 81.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'm a sorcerer, 16 AC and 64 hit points right now. I feel like a damned tank. And me in the front line, boys.
With my new armor, I have an armor class of 18 as well. So not only can nothing hit me, when it does, it won't do any damage.
That is very, very dangerous speech to say while the DM is listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I must admit.
They had 23 AC. I was getting pummeled.
So in front of you, you see this waterfall pouring into this chasm in front of you, and clouds of water vapor and spray are taking into the air and filling this chasm, which drops down about a good 80 feet down into the turbulent, icy cold waters below you. In front of you, the path seems to stop here.
I must admit, I don't like
Is
the look
Brick-
of that.
is Brick-
that
is Brick
part
back?
of the side.
Is Brick back with us?
Yeah, I've just got back, guys. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
That's all right.
So the snow has gone,
Awesome.
and you're in sort of sort of autumnal type trees. You have come across a waterfall falling into a deep chasm. You think this must be the gully they talked about. You cannot see a way across. Across there, across the chasm, you see some trees, and there is a stunted tree on the other side, with no branches on it.
I don't like
No
the
branches on
character.
it, but no leaves on it. Sorry.
Go for it. Jump 60 foot.
No, I was just curious to see just how wide that actually was.
DM,
So-
I don't
yeah.
have control of my token yet.
Oh, don't you?
I can control bricks though. So
Yes, we had that just in case. Cheers, mate.
That's because it is. Sorry. God. Where are you on here?
Lily, where did you get that image from?
I made it. I just found an app.
made it?
Which has
Nice.
an avatar maker, so I just put
God
it
up
together.
for that.
Why is
Cool.
that not coming up? Can you actually see the picture?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm right there. Oh,
This should be.
even better. My pulse is yellow. Talk about perfect theming.
Yeah.
No, that's because I haven't done it that way. There we go.
Oh, I'm upside down.
I don't suppose
Doing
anyone
a
packed.
womble.
I don't suppose anyone packed their make bridge spell today, did they?
There we go. Perfect.
Can you
Thank
do
very much.
it?
I
Can
can
you move?
move. I can move. Thank you very much.
I'll just put your hit points on as well. So, Jordan, this is what you see in front of you. So, what are you going to do?
I suppose I'll go towards the edge to have a look. I'm not going to get too close, but
How tall are these trees?
These trees are a good 30 or 40 feet tall.
Right.
I wonder if we could chop
Well, that's what I
that
was
tree
thinking.
down.
Failing any magical means, we might have to pretend to be lumberjacks for a minute.
Brick,
They
you're
did,
quite.
and that person back at the place, I can't remember the name is now, did go on about making sure we have an axe with us. So
Mhm.
Do you mean
I don't
Larissa?
look at that. Yes.
Brick, you're quite strong. Do you think you could take one of these trees down?
I could try.
I could give you some assistance.
If we probably want to hack at the bottom of it a little bit, just to make it a bit easier to sort of pull down one way. It's going to be easier to pull or push it as opposed to lift it out of the ground.
That's why you bought your axe. That was very good foresight.
So yeah, I'm going to use one of the hand axes to start sort of hacking at the bottom of the tree to give it a bit of an edge off.
Okay. So, move yourself to the tree you're going to attack.
Which one do you guys think would be better?
I think probably like the water side of
That side.
this
This
one
one.
is probably the ideal way to do it
Yeah.
because you want to cut it on the side you want it to fall down.
Yeah, so this way here, yeah.
Dak, how do you feel about us wanting
Oh.
to chop a tree down?
Guys,
I knew I didn't like that.
yeah, I just saw that tree move.
What do you think you are doing?
Well,
Making a
it's
bridge.
dead.
Hello? Who said that?
I said this. And
Look at
Dak,
the
across
tree.
the way, you see a tree spirit.
Oh, hello, and I wave.
Do not hurt my brethren.
Okay. I don't suppose you know of a way to cross this gully, do you?
Yes, you walk across.
Walk across? I'm not sure I understand.
You walk across.
Anywhere in particular that we walk across?
You need the bridge.
Ah, there is a bridge.
I will give you the bridge. But I am tasked to ask you to answer a riddle.
Oh no.
It's questions 3.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What is your favourite colour? Yeah.
I almost put that in there! What is the migratory speed of a swallow?
Wait, which one?
African or European?
Oh, didn't know the difference. Boing! This is
Oh dear.
This is Tim. If you wish to cross, you need to answer the riddles given to me.
We'll certainly try.
Okay, we'll give it a go.
What has 6 legs but walks on only 4?
I mean, my immediate thought was a spider with a broken leg, but that's probably not right.
Is that your answer?
No. Just thinking out loud.
Oh,
Guys, I think I might know it, but confer with you guys first.
Sure.
Could it be a could it be like a horse and a rider, like a jockey?
Ooh, that's very good.
Hmm?
That's the only thing I can think of. Like someone on
On horseback.
what has 6
Well, it doesn't have
legs
to be
and
necessarily
only
a horse,
uses
it's someone
4.
riding an animal.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like a jock. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a knight on a horse or something like that.
Does a centaur, do the arms technically count as legs?
Ah, yeah, that's a good point as well.
Hmm.
Do you have an answer?
I think that's a good one, Brick.
Yeah, don't expect it that often. It just came to my mind.
Certainly, we can offer that up as an answer.
I think that was too easy. I will give
That's
you
why I
another.
got it.
I have towns without people, forests without trees, and rivers without water. What am I?
People, actually, not trees. Ooh.
Oh man.
Okay.
Has anyone, just as a note, has anyone else's map just gone completely black in the middle?
Oh, you genius, Brick. You genius. That's the answer.
What?
A map.
Yeah.
I
That
only
was a
mentioned it
what have I got as my pockets' moment. That was.
Yeah, wasn't it just?
I
Well
only said
done.
it because where the tree is, right next to it, I don't know if it's your screen, but my screen's like the rest of the map where the river is has gone black. It's quite
Okay,
creepy.
That is probably because it doesn't like the animations.
Well, thanks to the animation difficulty, Ross.
Yeah.
got the answer.
That was actually pretty hard. That one, very well done.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Hey, we did it.
Oh,
Really?
look
That
at
was
that!
only
That is
two.
That
so
was only
cool.
that was only 2. I don't think we should cross till we've heard if he has a third riddle.
What? He just said riddles.
May cross.
Oh, sweet.
I'm not going first.
Can I insight check him, please? And see if he's got any hostility.
Okay, well, make a nature roll.
Nature roll? Hell yeah. 12.
You don't know.
Well,
I know. I
That-
think we can trust this tree. He's not
He's
rootless.
a tree spirit, isn't he?
yeah, Dak trusts him. He's just going to walk across.
So, Dak, could you walk across then, please?
And I will
And you
thank
can see him look at you.
and I will thank him.
You may pass. Good
A bit-
speed.
I'm a bit worried about crossing this myself because after I did start hacking at one of the other trees.
Well, we hadn't actually got there. We just contemplated it, which
That's
is
true.
Seeing Dak go across, I will take that leap of faith and I will attempt to cross too.
Okay, you move yourself across. You may pass.
Oh, this could go bad, but yeah, I'm gonna go across as well.
Okay, you cross. You haven't yet.
Okay.
You may pass.
Thank
But
you.
leave your wood biters here.
Wood biters?
your axe.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'll put the axe on one of the hand axes, sort of on the side of a ledge.
Where's the other one?
Oh, I've got 3, mate.
Yeah, but where
Yeah,
are
but
they?
are they on show?
No, I've got one, 2 in my bag and 1 sort of like hanging off the side of my backpack.
Okay, okay.
So I'll
So
put
you
that
bet.
one down to the side on the rocks, sort of around here.
And a
It's-
branch snakes out from this tree spirit, takes your axe and throws it into the turbulent waters in the gully.
Should we go, Mr. Womble?
Ladies first, if you don't mind, Lily.
Yep, I'll go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Tree.
And you may pass. And as you cross, the bridge disappears.
This
That
is
animation
a
is so
very cool map.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What do you
I was
think
like,
your subs go towards? I don't do this shit.
I tell you, when that tree started moving, I'm not gonna lie, I was panicked for a second.
Yeah, I was a bit. I was like, oh shit, we've pissed something off.
Oh, yeah.
On
Yeah.
set, I didn't trust that. It just looked out of place.
DM, out of interest, is this map a GIF? Is it with the tree a part of it, or is the tree like a separate entity on top of the map?
It's a separate entity on top of the map.
That's impressive because the
Ooh.
shading
this-
on the actual rest of it.
Mm.
Is this map from Dynamic Dungeons by chance?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because the Patreon people, they do these sort of animated map backgrounds as well.
Yeah, they don't work particularly well. You would need to have special things for Roll20. You guys don't have them, so I wasn't going to do that. So this
Fair
is
enough.
basically these are clouds going down the gully. So I've got you didn't notice the clouds over Emon earlier on.
Oh, I did.
Oh, did you? No, you didn't notice
Yeah,
it. Oh,
I didn't say anything because because you hadn't.
Because you're so used to this magnificence. That's what it is.
The virus set
But
too
yeah.
high.
Very, very well done.
Yeah.
That's a great map.
So you cross, and the tree spirit becomes dormant again as you leave this space, and you continue following the trail. You keep going. Your marching order is the same. Is that right?
Might as well be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 2 hours later, everything is peaceful. Could you make a nature roll for me, please, again, Jordan?
Can I give guidance?
2!
on this?
You
well,
can give guidance, yeah. You have advantage on this, by the way, because you are a It's one of your favourite terrains.
Okay. Natural 20.
Hey,
Yeah.
nailed it.
The forest around here looks just slightly off colour to you. And you notice, although it's autumn, you would expect there to be a little bit more wildlife here, birds and things singing, and things aren't. You just feel just a little bit ill at ease at the moment.
Obviously, I relay that to everyone that it doesn't feel right.
So you keep going for another 2 hours. And I'm going to switch that one now. And you just hear the wind blowing in the trees. If I can get this to work. But not a lot of wildlife is there. You ahead of you, you see a large, pale formations of rocks. It looks like these rocks have been constructed to look like the head of a dragon.
Do they look freshly made or like ancient?
Well, you are. It's about 200 yards away from where you are at the moment, so you can just see it as you crest a lip on the side of the mountain, and you can see here it's like a cairn of stones which have been formed into the rough effigy of a dragon head.
Cool. Well, that's our marker to go south into the forest, if memory serves.
Yep.
Oh, there was a yep there. I thought I was forgetting something.
Well, I'm just saying, yes, that's what we've got to do.
Someone else confirm that I'm remembering that properly, please.
Well remembered, Mr. Dag.
Good, because I was starting to doubt myself then. Right, cool.
Well, I did say it 3 times.
I know, which is why I was so concerned I'd pulled it out my arse. Good. Right, cool.
Southward.
Yes.
Okay. So, are you going to go anywhere near that dragon head, or are you just going to just go straight south?
Well,
And did you mind having a quick short break here, guys? For 10 minutes?
sure.
Can Womble cast Detect Magic around the kind of dragon's head, almost effigy?
Okay. Well, you're about 200 yards away at the moment, so you can cast Detect Magic. So Wobble sits down with his drawing book.
So if we can go up to it as well, so we're within 30 feet, that would be cool.
Okay.
If everyone's happy with that.
So you go up to this
Sure.
dragon's head. As I say, it looks like a rock cairn with a sort of a roughly sculpted dragon's head face on the top.
I want to do quickly.
Turn back! Your path is doomed! The dragon's head looks at you, its burning eyes sort of deep into your soul. You can see the actual face move, and it talks to you and warns you, and then stops as it is staring at you.
Ooh, that's unusual.
There's magic here, guys.
So
I detected magic.
Yeah, we all did, funnily enough.
You could do it too, can you? That's fantastic.
So you it's just looking at you. It's not moving. It's just looking at you.
Can we talk to it? Can we say hello?
You can.
Okay. Hello.
There's silence. All you can hear is the wind whistling in the leaves.
Hmm.
If you I don't know if you can hear it.
Can Dak get closer to it, or are we already as close as we can get?
You're about 30 feet away when Womble wanted to stop and start casting his spell. So, yeah, you can get closer to it.
Okay, can Dak go to within 10, 15 feet of it?
Okay, and you can see now the rock formation looks like it was when you saw it from about 200 yards away. Turn back! Your path is doomed! And it looks at you, eyes burning through your soul as it animates and stares at you and then stops moving.
I think it's just sort of on repeat. Can I sort of move round to like 90 degrees to the front of it, as if I'm going to go down into the forest, but sort of at the same sort of distance from it.
Yep.
Would Womble recognize the well, he's currently casting detect magic, but would he recognize the magic that's being used here? Is it something similar to what Merrick used in the dungeon that we were in?
You don't know.
Training
You'd need to get detect magic up and running, which will take 10 minutes. I mean, you guys can hang around and wait for Womble to do this if you wish.
I've noticed that it's repeated the exact same thing in the exact same cadence.
Yeah.
Does this appear to just be some sort of alarm?
Who are you saying that to?
Oh, I was just speaking openly.
Oh, right, sorry.
I suppose it could be a warning for anyone thinking of entering the forest.
When it says this, does any part of it actually move, or is it just a voice coming out of nowhere as such?
Well, yeah, it keeps looking at me every time it says it.
Yeah, but does it move? Could it literally be like a little guy hiding behind a rock yelling it?
Oh,
Okay,
I don't think it's like Wizard of Ozing it, if that's what you mean.
Right.
So, are you going to go up and have a look then? You're all standing back about 30 feet so far.
Well, no, Dak's like within 10 feet of it now.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so do you want to have a look at the rocks?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, make an investigation roll for me, please.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's a 4. It's a rock, guys.
It looks like it's a rough carving of a red dragon head.
Dragon rock. Since I've been standing this close to it, has it said it again now? I've sort of moved round.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is probably just a warning for the forest.
Makes sense.
Womble is about 5 minutes into the detect
Yeah.
magic. Guys, want to wait around for another 5 minutes?
So you're all sitting down there. What are the rest of you? Jordan, what are you doing? Womble is drawing stickmen in his book.
I'm going to
Really
start
don't know what he's
looking
doing.
sort of around this dragon thing, keeping probably about like Dak's distance, like 10 feet away from it, just in case. But I'm going to have a
Turn back! Your path is doomed! It animates and looks at you with burning red eyes that search into your soul, and then just stares at you. Stop moving.
I'll keep walking around.
Okay. You just hear the scribbling of Womble colouring in his book, and the wind rustling in the leaves of the forest. Womble's eyes suddenly glow blue, and Womble, ahead of you, you see a aura around this, around these rocks, and you detect illusion magic. Could you make an Arcana roll for me, please?
Certainly. 14.
Okay. You know it's an illusion, and that's all you know.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping to find a little bit more out there, but yeah, Womble's gonna hazard a guess here, and think it might be a similar thing to what Merrick used in the dungeon. Kind of talking to people remotely. That's the only time I've ever seen it being used before.
Right. Okay.
And just assume, yeah, it might be one of those magic mouths. Dak, you might remember it in the dungeon.
Oh,
wasn't
that
it?
Merrick did. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, one of those things. It could be that. I am just making an assumption. It's similar. It is magical.
Well, I don't think it
Listen,
means us any harm, so I think we can pretty safely move on.
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. So for the next 10 minutes, I've got magical blue glowing eyes.
Okay, so you know from what you were told that you need to move south from here, but there's not really a path that you can see.
Oh, Ranger, my Ranger, south, please.
I'll start heading north. Yeah, no. No, I'll pick up south and we'll start moving to the forest south.
Okay. Any in particular direction or just south into the forest? Yeah.
Just south. That's
Okay.
pretty much what we've been told.
Okay. So you move southwards. And it is 10:10, and I will stop there for tonight.
Good stuff.
With the wind blowing in the trees. Cool. Well, I shall say adios and good night, and I will see you all next week.
Tuesday.
Yep, and that's lots of. And there's always a flurry of WhatsApp now, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Right.
And you
See you
say,
later,
what have we missed? What have we missed? Okay, you take care. Good night.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.